You have received your FLASHlink device in the post, and today we are going to show you how to install it onto your vehicle. So if you open up the case, you get your Haribo, obviously, your FLASHlink device, and a nice badge to put on the back of your car to show that you are 09 equipped. So to upload the file to your car, you need the FLASHlink device and your mobile phone. There's no specialist equipment. You don't need a laptop. You don't need wires, leads, cables, or anything like that. We're going to show you today on an Apple device, but you can use Apple, you can use Android, you can use an iPad if you want to as well. So the next step is go onto your device, and in this case, it's the App Store for Apple. You click into it, and you need to search for TDN, Tune Delivery Network, and search, and it usually comes up as the top one. Click download, and then that will save to your device. So once your app has downloaded, click into the app, and it will come up with some notes on the screen. In this case, thank you for downloading, start setup. So if you click into start setup, it will instruct you to grab your RTD device. In this case, the FLASHlink. So we need that, we need the car keys, and we head out to the car. Now we're in the car, we're going to do the next step of the process, and to help us along the way and answer any questions, we've got Paul, who is the calibration engineer for 09. Okay, so the next step of the process is click next, and that will tell you to plug your device into the vehicle. This is a Mark 7 Fiesta, so the OBD port is located in a little pocket just on the right hand side of the steering wheel. So we plug that in and click next on the app. And it's telling us to look for a steady green light on the front of the device, which we now have. So click ready. So now we need to press and hold the button on the device. Bluetooth light flashes. Which it's now doing, so we click next. And your device, whether it's a phone or an iPad, will now try and connect to the Bluetooth. Okay, so it's found the device, it's paired, and it's now activating the device. Is it common to have any issues with connecting Bluetooth, or is it usually straightforward like this?
Normally the errors we come up with from customers are when they're trying to connect this via the Bluetooth settings within the phone, or they haven't followed this step.
Okay,
So if you allow the instructions to tell you what to do,
Yeah.
you shouldn't go wrong.
so follow the process within the app. Don't use your Bluetooth setting on your device to the connect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the device has been paired, device is ready to use. So now it's asking us to provide tuner information. So we need to create an account, log into an account so that we can then link it to the 09
Server,
cloud
correct,
network. Yeah. Okay. So let's click sign in. Okay. So we have a license agreement, which you agree to. I've read the agreement. Can we collect data? Yes, collect data and accept. So now we've connected fully to the FLASHlink device. What we need to do now is a notification at the top of the app to sign into or create an account. So we click into there, and it'll give you two options: log in or create account. So we're going to create an account. Come up with a notification. Once use hptuners.com to sign in. You have to continue with this. It will take you to your login page. Okay, so we'll put the details in and put a password in, and then we'll click create account, and that's your account created. So the next thing we need to do is to link the tuner. So if you click on the link tuner button. Okay, so the next stage is it's asking for an invite code. This connects us to the tuner. So the invite code is going to flash up on the screen in this video, and it will also be in the box that you receive your handset in. It will be listed in there. So if you type your code in,
MLKX
MLKX
-7313.
7313, and then click done. Code accepted. The tuner has accepted your request. So click OK on there, and then we go back to the main page.
Yep. Obviously now I've put the code in, you can see that we're now associated with 09.
Perfect. Okay. So then we click the back button, which takes us back to the main page. And then from here, the next step is to
read the stock calibration from your vehicle.
Okay, so if we click on that tab.
Yep.
Okay, so next step is to read the stock calibration from the vehicle.
Yep, correct.
So we click into the read write.
Yep.
And then at the bottom, read vehicle.
Yep.
Okay. So the first thing this says is to turn the ignition on. Don't start the engine. So we'll do that. Ignition is on, and then click ready. So we're now connected. So what is it doing at this stage?
So now it's reconnecting to the RTD device. Once established a connection to that, it'll take a read from the car and eventually then send it up to our server so we can take the uploaded file and apply our changes to it.
Okay, so the file, the upgrade file is not on the device to start with.
No, there's people obviously get confused about this. At this stage, you're purely taking a read from the stock vehicle. So then we can apply our changes to the stock file from the vehicle.
What is the reason for having to read the file from there then? Why is there? Can you not have the saved file and then just send the information straight out, or are there so many files that you need to do it specifically for that?
The problem is with modern cars, there's so many base files on these now. So the safest way to do it will be to take a read of the stock file which is programmed on the car. We then apply our changes to the stock file on the car. You then know you're getting the right base file to work with, not to cause any future problems.
So it's a tailored file written specifically to this vehicle?
This stock file, yes.
Perfect, okay. Okay, so this is still pulling the file off of the car. There's 2 minutes remaining, so the whole process for this section is about five minutes?
Yeah.
So we obviously need to make sure that your phone, your device, whether it's an iPhone, an Android, an iPad, whatever, has sufficient battery charge, and also that the vehicle has sufficient charge in the battery as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want the battery to go flat halfway through uploading, or also yourself don't walk away whilst you're doing this process.
So it needs to be, because it's Bluetooth, it needs to be close to the device.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it remains in communication. Also, in this case, we're using Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi where your vehicle is, we're lucky, we're in a building. But if you're outside your house, if you're on your driveway in your parking space and you don't have Wi-Fi, will it work with 4G or 5G?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a strong enough signal to obviously upload the file once we've taken the read.
So if you have a poor network connection where your vehicle is, move to somewhere or drive the vehicle to somewhere you've got a better connection.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or somewhere you can reach your Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Alternatively, if you're worried about your battery in the car going, pop a charger on it whilst you're doing this stage, then you know for sure your battery won't go flat.
Okay. Okay, so we've got a screen popped up that now says turn off the ignition. So if you flick the ignition on the car off and then hit the ready button, wait 3 seconds, turn the ignition back on, and then click done. So what's happening at this point now? It says receiving file from RTD4, which is the FLASHlink device.
Yeah.
So what's this process?
So we're now taking we've taken the read. The read is now being transferred from the RTD4 to the cloud.
And it's doing that via your Wi-Fi connection that we just spoke about, or your 5G.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've now had pop up saying complete, so that means the file is sent.
Yep, that's now successfully uploaded to our server. So now I can take a look at the file and create the tune file for this vehicle.
Okay, so and then the prompt on the screen says your vehicle tune has been read and sent to the link tuner. Once your tuner sends you a tune by TDN, you'll be able to use the app to write it to the vehicle. Okay, so at this stage we just click OK. Process is finished. There's a file come up. Is that the chassis number for this car?
Yep.
So that's now stored in your files?
Yes, so that's a folder for this vehicle. If you had another vehicle using this device, you'd have another folder in there.
Okay, so at this stage, do we need to do anything with this?
We
just wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can close the app, turn the ignition off.
Yep.
And we wait for a notification from you that the file has been upgraded.
Yeah, you'll receive email notification that the file has been delivered to you. Or if you go back onto the app, it will then receive the files automatically.
Okay. So we're now in the 09 office and we've uploaded the file from our car up into the cloud. So what happens now?
Okay, so now I have a received a copy, albeit I've just read from the vehicle, and I have applied the tuned changes to create the modified file. I save that, and I now send that back to your account, so you can now program the car with the modified file.
Okay, so will I get an email or something to tell me that that's been done?
Yep, you'll receive email notification to say you have had a file added to your account, and also, alternatively, you could just go onto the TDN app, open up your directory of your files in, and the files will automatically upload if you have a reliable internet source.
Perfect. Okay, so back to the car now?
Yep.
Okay, so we're back in the car now. We need to reopen the app.
Yep.
I'll bring us to the front page again. So what is the next step?
So you've now received your files from 09, and you need to apply the credits to the device to allow them to program to this vehicle.
Okay, so we do that before we go into read and write.
Yeah.
We have to do this important stage?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so how do we do that? We're going to...
Tap on settings,
and then
resync RTD forward. So
up
it
at
needs to
the
be connected to the RTD at this stage.
Okay, so does the ignition need to be on?
No, at least your OBD port has power and you can see the light on. You can resync.
Okay, we've got the green light, so we've got power. So we then click Resync RTD 4, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's saying synchronizing credits, reading license data. Okay, hey, we've successfully resynced.
Yeah, but now we're ready to program the car.
Okay, so back to the main page.
Back to the home page again.
Okay, and now we're on to read and write.
Read and write stage, yeah.
Okay, so we click into that screen. And what's the next step now?
If you now click on your directory of your files in, as you can see, they've now been uploaded.
So we've got 3 files in here. So the order that they're in, we've got 09Design Immobilizer. So what's that file?
So this file will stop your engine from starting. If you park your car, say at the airport for a couple of weeks.
Or if it's like your weekend car you don't use during the week or something and you want to make sure it's secure and can't be driven.
Absolutely. If somebody can get past the factory immobilizer, if you have this file programmed, the engine will not start because the lots of the calibration tables have been zeroed.
Okay. So how long does this take to put onto the vehicle? To put this file on to immobilize the
The
car?
programming file now takes about 20 to 30 seconds.
Okay.
Obviously, to restore functionality of the engine, you need to program either the restore file or the stage 1 file, which has been sent, and then you can go again.
Okay, so this is for something, if the vehicle's going to be parked for a long time. It's not if you pop to the shops and you want to immobilize it, and that's not what it's for.
Yeah, if you leave your car somewhere undesirable and you're a bit worried about it, you can pop the immobilizer file on. It's a little bit of extra security.
Super. Okay, and the next one, 09Design Stage 1. I'm guessing that's our upgraded file.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a tuned file.
Okay, and then the last one we've got in here is Restore.
Yes. So that is basically the file you have read from the vehicle. Yep. To send up to us.
The original file that was in the car.
And if you want to restore the file back to factory settings, program the restore file.
Perfect. Okay. That all makes sense. So in this case, we want to upgrade. We want our stage 1 file. So do I click on write?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a notification that's popped up. There's some information on here. So we've got the option of cancel sync or sync and write.
Sync and write. So you want to write this file now to our vehicle.
Okay, so we tap on that. And we've got the notification to put the ignition back on, so we'll do that again. The ignition is on, and then we'll click ready.
Yep.
And there's a note about the infotainment system. So that's basically don't have the radio on.
Absolutely.
Is that the battery voltage?
Yeah, exactly. You don't eliminate any possible drains.
Okay, so we'll click on that. And we've got another option. So, and then I'm assuming we go to write.
Yep.
Okay, so downloading 3 files. That's the 3 files we just talked about?
Yeah.
And how long does this process normally take?
So this initial progress is because you've got the new files, so it's just applying them to the RTD to allow faster programming.
Okay.
Once this stage has happened, it won't happen again.
Okay.
So you just select the file you want to program now, and it will program the car.
So this is basically taking the files that you've sent from the cloud.
Yep.
And putting them onto our FLASHlink device. Okay, so we've got a screen that says complete and waiting for status from device. So what is this doing?
Now this is now preparing to program the tune file to the actual vehicle itself.
Oh, okay. So that pop, it sounded like come from the radio. Is that just because it's running through different processes?
Absolutely, yep.
Obviously, we've got some warning lights on the dashboard. There's some strange lights have come up.
This is quite normal.
All normal.
Do not worry about this.
And don't interrupt the process as doing it. Okay, so that's now saying 100% written. That was really quick. That was like 30 seconds that
Yeah.
actually took for the file. Okay, so we have another on-screen prompt, so saying turn off the ignition. So I'm going to switch that off. Tap the ready button. Okay, so now turn ignition back on and click done. And that says complete. So we can click OK.
Yep, and now the tune file is now programmed to the car. You can now start the car, drive away.
Okay, so that's everything done. We start the engine. Everything's great. Before we go on a road test, just with the RTD device, the FLASHlink device, does that need to stay plugged in now?
No, obviously you've programmed the car. That can be removed now. It only needs to be refitted when you want to program another file or maybe take a data log.
Okay. That's the process finished. We've upgraded the car. The file is flashed onto it. It's a relatively simple process. You can potentially have problems with it. If people have any issues uploading it, they'll contact you at support at 09Design.com. We'll put a link down below. There's a link on the website. Any problems, any issues, please just get in contact and we'll talk you through and help you with any issues you may have.